In this video, I'm introducing the top 3 areas for retirees to buy a home in Airdrie, Alberta in 2023. Many retirees find retirement just amazing and just love the freedom in this stage of their lives. Maybe you are a retiree, or maybe even a brand new retiree, either making that transition for the first time to a new home for your retirement years, or you're planning a move from where you are now to a new home in Airdrie, Alberta to enjoy those retirement years here in Alberta. I walked through this journey with my own parents in the last number of years. And if this is you, or you have parents or grandparents making this transition, this video is for you. Whether you are moving across town or across the country, it is very common for retirees to look for a new home to meet their unique needs during this new stage of life. So here are some practical things to consider as we age when buying a home. Fewer stairs. Many retirees look for a home with a lot less stairs than they're used to. Stairs become quite a bit harder to navigate as we age. Easier maintenance. Although some retirees enjoy investing time in yard work and just taking care of their place, quite often retirees want easy maintenance, and they often want freedom to just be able to lock the door and just be away for an extended time. Visiting family or just on the beach somewhere for the winter. Nice. Close to a great grocery store, close to medical care, and safe, a safe location where they can feel secure. You know, these are really important issues for many retirees, but you know, there's something that's less spoken about: the critical importance of social interaction with their peers. Here's something I noticed about my own parents. As my parents aged, and especially as they stopped working, they felt really isolated. They were no longer going to an office or a job site. They lived right here, in a neighborhood where pretty much everybody would head off to work or to school in the morning. It was surprisingly lonely. My parents really struggled, feeling like they were in this quiet neighborhood all day, totally alone. Well, because they were. So one day we finally confronted it with them. I still remember we're sitting down for my mom's birthday, and you know, she was saying, I love my home, I don't want to move, and I have a couple grandkids staying with me. And you know, by the end of that dinner, she was in tears saying, I just can't do it anymore. I can't take care of that big house. I need to move. She finally faced it. So they finally decided they couldn't handle that big house with all the stairs, and they decided to move. Well, with that all decided, things actually progressed pretty quickly. We ended up taking possession of a senior's condo for them about 3 weeks later. It was pretty quick. Hey, it helps when you have a son as a realtor. So then about 3 weeks later, we began to paint the new place and pack up their old place and sort all their stuff. Honestly, Mom started to panic a little bit. I remember her asking me, would there be room enough in this new place for family gatherings? She would hold her annual Christmas party where they have all of her kids and grandkids and extended family would all come, usually at the end of November, for a big Christmas party. This was kind of a big issue. The other issue was confronting all the stuff, that years and years of accumulated stuff. That was hard. The funny thing was, after we investigated a bit, because there wasn't all the extra bedrooms in this new place, there was actually more room for social gatherings in her new place than there was in the old one. Crisis averted. So the limited storage in their new place actually turned out to be a bit of a blessing. We just had to face it and get rid of all that extra stuff they really didn't need. In the end, this led to them being much more relaxed in their new home. So here's the thing that surprised us. Yes, the place had less stairs and it was easier to take care of, and those are all good things. But normally when we would call, they would be waiting for our call, sitting at home. And after the move into the seniors complex, we would call and they'd be like, hi, we're busy at, and name some activity they were out with some of their new friends. You know, they're living now in a community of their peers, the people who are at the same stage of life as them. And they could relate to them, and people that also had, time and needed social interaction. This was just huge for them. Okay, with all that in mind, here are the top 3 places to buy a retirement home in Airdrie, Alberta in 2023. In this video, we're only going to consider single-family homes, duplexes, and townhouses. Hang on to the end of this video, and we will switch gears and talk about investigating other options. The number 3 place to buy a retirement home in Airdrie, Alberta is the Greens at Woodside. This quiet townhome community features bungalow or single-level townhomes. There is an active community centered around the on-site clubhouse, and it sits a couple of blocks from the local golf clubhouse. It's also very close to shopping, medical offices, restaurants, all the conveniences you'll need. Slightly larger units are selling now in the high 300s to low 400s, and slightly smaller units with single garages seem to be selling now in the low 300s. The number 2 place to buy a retirement home in Airdrie, Alberta is the Links at Woodside. This slightly larger complex is even closer to the golf clubhouse and is almost as close to groceries, pharmacies, and medical offices. This community is quite private and features a central clubhouse for social activities. Some of these units feature a full basement, while others feature a crawl space for storage. The units with a single garage are now ranging in the mid 200,000s, while a little bit larger units with a double garage are getting into the low 300,000s. Hey, for those of you that don't know me yet, I'm your local eXp realtor here in Airdrie, Alberta. I've lived in this area for some 30 years. For those of you new to the channel, I'm making videos all about living in Airdrie, Alberta, all the areas and issues that you're going to want to know if you're considering a move to Airdrie, Alberta. If you're relocating here, make sure you reach out to me. You can reach out to me by phone, by text, by email. Hey, dispatch that carrier pigeon. However you want to contact me, I've got your back when moving to Airdrie, Alberta. The number 1 place to buy a retirement home in Airdrie, Alberta is Woodside Close. Here we have a bit of a unique situation. We have a small collection of single-family homes, both fully detached and duplexes, on an age-restricted street. These tend to be smaller but really nicely finished. Some of these have a full basement and others just a crawl space. All of them have a garage. So they're not condos, so you're quite a bit more independent. But they have arranged a lawn mowing and snow removal service that you can opt in or out of for convenience. I think this service is currently $80 or $90 a month. In the corner of this community, there's a really beautiful clubhouse. Now, homes in here tend to range in the mid to high 300s, like for a half a duplex, all the way up into the 500,000s for a detached home backing onto the fairway. Now, availability in here is a little harder to find, and people tend to jump on these quite quickly when they come available. Now, I promised to talk about 2 other things. First, other options for senior retirement homes in Airdrie. And just before I do that, one honorable mention, a community in the nearby Fairways. So this little community of bi-level townhomes, just a few blocks west of the golf course, in a neighborhood known as Fairways, is also a really good choice. Now, these are bi-level homes, meaning there are a number of stairs, some short flights of stairs in these. These homes include single attached garages and decks, and a few of them actually have double garages. And some have fenced backyards, which is really nice for dog owners. Now, there's no clubhouse here as part of this community, but I do understand there's quite a strong community spirit here. Now, homes in this community tend to be selling in the low 300,000s. Now, to keep my promise, some seniors just love these homes, but others are looking for something very different. Seniors apartments. Watch this next video for the top 3 places to buy a seniors apartment in Airdrie, Alberta in 2023. And I'll put a card above, a link at the end of the video, and I'll also have a link in the description below. I will cover a higher end, more executive style seniors apartment, a mid-range but very socially active community, and one that's a little more affordable. I also promised I would talk about this. What is one very important reason why many seniors choose to live in Airdrie, Alberta? Airdrie, Alberta is a smaller city. It has almost all of the day-to-day services that seniors will need. Because it's smaller, it's much easier to drive around without having to deal with all the crazy traffic of a bigger city like nearby Calgary. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm a local realtor that's lived in the area for about 30 years. Seems like I know almost every nook and cranny of this city. And I'm shooting tons and tons of videos all about living in Airdrie, Alberta, all the different areas, all the different issues, things you'll want to know if you're looking to relocate here to Airdrie, Alberta in 2023. Hey, make sure you subscribe and click that little bell notification icon so you'll be notified when new videos are released. Now, I'd love to see your comments down below. Where are you moving from? What questions do you have when you're considering a move here to Airdrie, Alberta? And if you are planning a move here, reach out to me. Give me a call, give me a text, send me an email, dispatch that carrier pigeon. However you want to reach out to me, I've got your back when planning a move to Airdrie, Alberta. See you on the next video.